Fire Fight Camp. Sophie Elish. She's one of the young guns, born in 2001 and fights out of Berlin, Germany. Jelena Mrdenovic, who's won multiple world champions in 3 weight classes. One of the most decorated female fighters Canada has ever produced.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Berlin, Germany, Sophie Elish. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Hay River, Canada, a women's 3-weight division champion of the world, Jelena Mrdenovic.
A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score under the sun here in this outdoor venue.
Can you imagine being the fighter? Sometimes you think under the lights is hot, but when you've got the sunlight, it's a lot to take in.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be 2 that we're expecting an all-out offensive display. She got clipped by that counter. Good idea, but misses with the left hook. They both want a knockout, you can tell. The perfect counter lands. Do you believe what we are seeing? Nice counter shot by her. And of course, we fight outside today, Johnny, and that's going to put a little extra strain on both of these fighters' conditioning.
This is taking boxing back to its roots. Outside, where you've got the crowd there, you can hear everything. You've got the breeze of the wind, you've got the heat of the sun. You know when you're doing this? Your feet are on fire. They're on fire in the ring.
These 2 women pretty close halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
How about that time counter shot? This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Mrdenovic just got caught. Let's talk about Sophie in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round, complete dominance.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Get back out there, focus, we've got a minute.
Now look, relax, yeah? Just keep her on the end of the jab.
As soon as you start doing your thing, you're going to win. Once you get back out...
Now relax, relax. Now I don't want you to load up.
Here we go for round 2. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Swing and a miss with the hook. This fighter is all about finesse, using a lot of angles and lateral movement.
Outside fights create so much unpredictable movement. Move left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
Missing with the hook. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Good counter punch. When you're fighting a counter puncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch. Oh, wait a minute. Eilish just took a big shot. She's in trouble. We were going to see the finish there.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Sophie in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
The bell sometimes.
Go back out there.
And there's the bell for round 3. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Denovich in trouble. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Nothing back here in the round. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
There's a counter shot. One punch could change everything in this battle. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Sophie Eilish is dazed. How did they not go down?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Sophie in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Come on, focus.
Back at it in round 4. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Tell who's stronger and who's faster. A perfect counter lands. So much firepower here. Catch and shoot. That jab misses. Eilish is hurt. Looks like they've shaken it off.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. All right, hook misses. And this with the jab. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Eilish just took a big... Let's talk about Sophie in that last round. It has not been going well for her, and you can see the corner is starting to get a little more animated. And there's the bell for round 5. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Incredible work rate. They threw the hook. It didn't land. She needs to be careful that she doesn't punch herself out. A swing and a miss with the left hook. Good looking right hook, but that was blocked. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Sophie in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
You cannot guess that. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you had...
Nice round.
This is the beginning of round 6. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Where did that come from? Down she goes! Let's watch that again and replay from a different angle.
I've got to see that again.
Well, Johnny, complete and total domination, a stoppage victory. How do you rate the performance?
What's next? A TKO makes it so confusing because you think, what would have happened if the fight carried on? These guys are going to have to do it all over again.